We are hearing reaction here in the Tennessee Valley to the death of President Jimmy Carter as Georgia's governor before becoming the 39th president of the United States in 1977. President Carter had an impact on the Tennessee Valley. News 12's Nick Hill is live after gathering some of those stories. Nick, tell us about them.
Kay, when you live a century like President Jimmy Carter, you're bound to have created numerous lasting impressions. We got to speak with some of those right here in Chattanooga and in North Georgia, who will say they appreciate his contribution to our country.
He lived a life of compassion.
President Carter most recently visited Chattanooga in 2014 to be the keynote speaker for the annual Estes Kefauver Dinner, of which he was the original keynote speaker back in 1974. This visit was to support his grandson, Jason's, campaign for Georgia governor.
I mentioned earlier that Georgia has the most powerful governorship in the nation by far.
Former Hamilton County Democratic Party Chair Stuart James was an organizer for that event and finally remembers the conversations he had with the former president.
And I was told that President Carter might have an engineering personality, might be a little bit shy, might be just a little bit matter of fact. He was anything but. He was intelligent. He knew about current events and what was happening. He knew what was going on currently in the Democratic and Republican parties. He was one of the nicest, most accommodating, friendly people that I've ever met.
President Carter was honored across his home state on Monday. For example, here at the I-75 Welcome Center heading into the Peach State, you can see the Georgia State flag being flown at half-staff, as is at all Georgia State buildings. Georgians say that he had a profound impact on how politics operates in this state.
What I remember of Jimmy Carter as governor, of the things that he did, was to consolidate the massive agencies that they had in the state of Georgia into 20, from 65 into 20. He improved the state's mental health care system, improved the educational system in Georgia by creating vocational and technical colleges.
Perhaps he'll be remembered most for his humanitarian work after his presidency.
He was so much more than the job of governor, so much more than the job of peanut farmer or of president. He was an individual who understood that every day you can make a difference in other people's lives.
President Carter will be laid to rest in his hometown of Plains, Georgia, after a state funeral on January the 9th. Reporting live, Nick Hill, News 12.